Hello, hello, hello. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. We are live, and this is Pam Reeves. I am your coach, and I am here to share with you some information relative to enhancing your coaching skills for introverted coaches. So, listen, story time. let me give you a story before I jump into this. So, when I first started toiling around with this topic, I initially was going to do a full series, 4 parts. Each part has like 3 points. And at the time, it made sense. But after I got to today, I thought, okay, this is not making sense, Pam. This is too much. Let's scale it back and let's do maybe 2 parts. Well, I did a live stream on my Instagram this afternoon and said, oh, we're going to do 2 parts. All right, so now we have another story. Now we're actually here live, and I'm going to scale it down even more. After having doing or done a full training session today for 8 hours, I am wiped out. And if you are an introvert, you know exactly what that feels like. So, without further ado, I am going to jump into this session today or this live stream today. And we are talking about common challenges for introverts. And really, we're talking about enhancing your coaching skills. And this is going to be common challenges part 1. So I know I put information out there. I have changed it again. So forgive me for that. But here we go. Common challenges. So when you think about just some of the challenges that we deal with as introverts, because we're so inward, we hold in a lot of information and we absorb a lot of information. And it can be, some advantages to that, and then there can be some disadvantages to that. And so tonight, I want us to just explore some of the strategies that's really going to help us to amplify our strengths and help us really achieve coaching excellence. And so, when you think about identifying some common challenges, it's really understanding how these hurdles and these things that we come up against can really impact our practice. And sometimes there are blind spots and things that we don't even see. So let's kick off with 3 things I want to cover today when it comes to common challenges that we face as introverts, especially as introverted coaches. One is self-promotion. Self-promotion and visibility. I can tell you when I first started out as a coach a couple of years ago, there was no way I would be sitting here in front of you right now doing a live stream. That was just not my thing. This was back in 20, and I fought it and I fought it and I fought it. And I figured, what else can I do versus getting in front of a camera? But the more I did it, the more comfortable I became with it. And it's about also being consistent. So that self promotion and that visibility is going to be key when you are a coach and you are promoting your business or you are promoting your services and you want to be visible and seen. Now, there are other ways that you can also do that as well. You can do that. Maybe you commit to going live maybe once a month. And then maybe you use other outlets and resources to become visible and to self promote. As introverts, self promoting is just not, it's not our thing. And if we can just stay behind the scenes, that's where we would like to be. But at some point, we have to come from behind the scenes and really take a leap of faith and really just trust the process. Even if nobody shows up, trust the process, continue to do it, be consistent, and you will definitely begin to see results. So that self-promotion and visibility, do what works best for you so that you are promoting yourself and the services that you offer. Next, we'll talk about energy management. That's what caused me to really change my mind about how I was going to do this topic today. Like I said, I prepare in advance when it comes to my live streams. And so I knew what I was going to be covering today. But I had a full-fledged, like, that could have been, a seminar, or it could have been a master class of some sort. And I'm thinking, Pam, you got to manage your energy level, right? I've been in a class all day, a training session for 8 hours today. And then I'm going to sit in front of the screen, the computer, and talk with all of you. And so I had to really assess, did that make sense? And at the moment, right now, it didn't make sense. At the time, it did make sense. You get where I'm going? And so as introverts, we absorb so much information that sometimes we just want to get it all out. At least that's my story. That's what happens with me. And so I have to manage my energy levels and to give myself space to recharge and not feel like I have to absorb, or more so get everything out at one time. I mean, there's more than enough information that could be spread over a period of time. And that's been one of my hangups, is not giving myself space to recharge. And that's one of the biggest things with introverts, is that we need time to recharge. And that might mean different things for different people. For me, sometimes it's just going and sitting outside on my porch. It might be listening to some music. It might just be sitting in silence. And so, what is that for you? Like, what are some things that you do to recharge? It's okay to shift and make changes when you need to. Just like I had to make a change today. And instead of forcing myself to do it, I just decided, here is what I'm going to do. I'm going to be fully transparent to my audience. And here we are. So, self promotion and visibility is a common challenge. And what you can do is find what's comfortable for you. Everyone's going to tell you to do this or do that, but you know yourself best. So you choose whatever's going to work best for you. But what I will say is, whatever you do, be consistent. And then that energy management, manage your energy level so that you're not burnt out. I know from coaching, there was time where I was just do back to back to back to back. That was not good. So I learned to give myself sections of time. Maybe in the morning, I may set aside 2 hours to do coaching sessions, take a little break in the middle of the day, and then maybe I'll pick up later in the afternoon and do another 2 hours. We have to give ourselves a break. We have to give our brains a break, and we just need to be sure that we are taking care of ourselves. So that's another common challenge, is managing your energy levels. And so ensure that you are doing that. Give yourself a break. And the last thing I'll talk about today when it comes to uncommon challenges is really around building confidence. So last week on my live, I talked about imposter phenomenon. At least that's the original name that was coined for imposter syndrome as we know it today. So last week I did a live on that. So if you want to know more about that, I would say go to my YouTube page, Coaching Conversations with Pam. You can also find it on LinkedIn as well. And you can watch that video and learn more about imposter syndrome. But an uncommon challenge, a common challenge that we face as introverts and as coaches is building our confidence. We can have all the skills, the certifications, the hours. We can have everything that we need to be successful, and still feel like that's not enough. Like, we still feel like I need something else. And I know I fell into that trap many of times. And when I think about the certifications that I do have and the hours and the training, it's just like, Pam, use what you have. Take what you have and use it and utilize it to help others. And so that is what I am doing. I told myself I am not doing another certification this year if I can help it. So build your confidence up. And a way that you can build up your confidence is keep a success journal. Jot down all the awesome things that you are doing. Those testimonials that you get from your clients that you work with, yeah. take those as well, jot those down, and use those as your motivator. So whenever you're feeling some kind of way, you have that success journal as your motivator, as your reminder that you are enough and that you have more than you need to be successful in your coaching practice. And so, think about that. Think about what else could you do to really help you to build your confidence. So, just as a recap, let's just go back. We've talked about understanding challenges, and we highlighted some of the common challenges that we face as coaches, especially introverted coaches. It's self promotion and visibility. You do what you need to do for you to be present for yourself, right? However, you want to show up as your best self and be consistent. The other thing is manage your energy levels, recharge. Don't feel like you need to do it all at one time. Take a break, spread things out over time, and do it in pieces, right? Like you may have a big goal and a big dream, but break that down so that you're managing your energy levels and you're not overwhelming yourself. And then the last thing I would say is that building your confidence, you know, really trust that what you have is enough, that you have more than you need. You have more at your fingertips, at your disposal to do everything that you need to do as a coach and to serve your clients. So I hope that you found the information that I shared today helpful. And before I go, I think I see a few people that have joined. So let me just pause here. Okay, so we have Tracy. Thank you, Tracy. Energy management is definitely key because we all know too well how often we just go, 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 and that we don't give ourselves an opportunity to just really take a break and to recharge. So thank you so much for sharing that today. And so as I wrap up here, again, I hope that you found these quick little snippets very helpful for you. So whether you are a coach or not, that these are things that you can definitely apply to yourself. I'm getting tongue tied. But these are things that you can definitely apply to yourself so that you can be the best version of yourself. And so I see Felicia joined. Thank you so much, ma'am. I appreciate you. And so, with that, I'm going to wrap this up. And next week, I am going to be talking about how to leverage your strengths. So, as introverts, we definitely have some strengths that we can leverage that will show us how to be our very best. And so, I'll be talking about that next week. So, until